Here we go. Welcome to Heartland Radio 2.0. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we are recording in the MyBookie.ag studio. Go to MyBookie.ag and enter the promo code Heartland, and they'll match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $1,000. And if you want a little extra money in your free play, then just register after 7 p.m. Use the promo code Heartland25. They'll throw you another $25 in there. You can't beat it. It's the best place to wager on sports that exist on the planet.
Yeah, easily.
Take advantage of it.
And tomorrow, beat Pat McAfee.
Yes.
Since it is hockey season.
Yep, you heard it.
Kicking it off right.
We are doing hockey ball, or that was a street ball.
The orange
hockey
ones,
ball.
like the orange hockey
Orange
ball.
hockey balls from blue line distance, 64 feet.
Slapper from the point.
Slapper from the line. Crossbar. Hits in 5 minutes. Over-under's at 1.5.
Half clapper, top cheese, bar down.
Nothing about bar down. I can go bar up, too. It just has to go bar.
Yeah, it just looks cooler if it goes bar down.
Like Gordon Bombay.
I agree.
5 minutes.
We'll take a bar up.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not a lot of faith. The guy who's fading, by the way, is a Canadian who plays street hockey every day of his life, he says.
What is it, 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two.
Oh,
One
you
and a
got
half.
You gotta take that personal if a Canadian.
We haven't played in a while. When we used to run,
He fades me every week, and I do take it personal.
when we used to run the power play out there, I would have fucking hammered that over. It's been a while though since you handled a stick.
I know, it's just like the cornhole thing, right? I got tossed in the cornhole thing, and we hadn't played cornhole in months. And I'm like, we'll figure it out, though. It'll come back. I think my childhood in Pittsburgh led for me for this moment.
Car.
Drag the net off. Remember having to drag the net, and the fucking goalie had to like do the shuffle. Oh, it was awesome. Street ball was awesome.
Playing on
Anyways,
a hill.
I'd always be wearing my catcher's equipment as goalie too.
oh yeah, and I think you hammer the over tomorrow. By the way,
I think so, too.
That is a long distance. You have 5 minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I have no control, right? So it's very much a luck. Like, I'm not just going to snipe the crossbar, but it is, I think I'll be able to get it in that area enough times. We need to buy hockey balls, though, stat.
Oh, yeah. We can do
I
that.
think we
I'm
only have
worried.
3.
Like anywhere else, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I'll just run to the Dix and get it. But I'm worried that in Indianapolis, I'm not sure the Dix is going to have hockey balls.
They're like, what kind of balls? Hockey balls.
That is very true.
Spell hockey.
Indiana would love hockey, too.
Yeah.
It would love hockey.
It would.
If there was an NHL team here, it would crush here.
I wonder if-
They have the Indy Fuel or
I
whatever.
wonder if they got hockey balls. Probably not. Maybe.
They might.
They might know where to get them.
But they don't crush as well because Indiana likes winners, right? That's what Indiana likes. I think everybody likes winners.
And it's a great atmosphere at the Indy Fuel games.
It is. It's electric over
Yeah,
there.
so I can't imagine if we had an NHL team.
It would be cool. This is where the NHL should think about expanding here next.
Bring
here
it.
in Indianapolis. Let's
Bring
go.
it.
They can just switch out the Pacers Stadium too. Just throw them right in there. Do
Yeah.
the little
Yeah,
garden.
absolutely.
It's pretty easy to do too.
And it's a beautiful arena.
Yeah, you just spray water in there, right?
It's just another
turn the air
team
up.
from Indiana that I can hate. too.
Seattle actually is the night. It's pretty much almost done. 2020 Seattle.
Whoa, that heat Elias got the other night for
that
making
was
fun of.
hilarious.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I guess they really take Supersonics pretty seriously.
Oh, yeah. dude.
Seems like it.
Seems like they really like their basketball team that left. See you later. Went to Oklahoma City.
Wow.
They're pretty good too. They had Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, all on that one team.
Oh, Seattle hates it.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
And I think if you're a player and you got to move from Seattle to Oklahoma City, like Seattle's a pretty cool place, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it rains a lot though. Wouldn't mind. Probably
Probably
Yeah.
like
Lots
cheap,
of- Seattle,
lots
too.
That's a
cheaper
common
in
misconception.
it's sleepless, right? No one sleeps.
Yeah.
I thought vampires live up
It's
there.
always
Hey, speaking of
rainy
sleepless,
on the window.
speaking of sleepless,
Don't
how's-
talk about it.
How's fake?
No.
How's fake Cubs fan Zito just feeling about this fake loss?
Easy.
Hey,
Jay Hayward should have took one to the shin. We would have won that game.
Oh, whenever he bounced out, whenever Odavido came on or whatever his name was? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I think it is what you're talking
Yep.
about. When he left guys stranded, they brought in the.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if Zito watched it.
I was up all night.
he was
yes.
up all night.
He did.
He
You,
was.
you were
watched
glued
it.
to it?
Yes.
Are you pissed today?
I'm very pissed, yeah.
That was an electric environment, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Playoff baseball.
Playoff baseball's awesome.
I definitely fell asleep. 1,000% fell asleep.
Same.
Nowhere near the end of that game. But as I was watching, I was like, this is a pretty cool little environment here. And now that I'm a pro baseball player, I respect
You've been to a
it.
Cubs game, right?
4 or 5 years
Yeah.
ago when Cueto was facing the Pirates and they were all chanting Cueto, and then he dropped the ball on the mound because he was rattled, and then he gave up a home run. The next pitch was like the most electric thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't know baseball. Todd, you're a baseball guy.
Yeah, I've played a lot. but-
Bringing in, Ty, you as well, bringing in somebody who has never played in the playoffs mid-game there, like Leicester, right? He gave up one. They pull him out. They bring in old Buddy. He gets a little wild, right? Then the Rockies, same exact thing. They bring in old Buddy. He's wild right in the middle. You just kind of got to hope that he gets over his jitters quickly. Is that what they're thinking?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a lot of it has to do with matchups.
Yeah,
too.
it could have been like he fits that next batter style.
Yeah, but then you're
better
not
than-
taking into account that he's a human.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
taking into account that this is his first playoff game. This is his huge moment here. And you got, like you would think you would, like Cole Hamels was in the bench, right?
Yeah.
Like why? That's the guy you would want to put in there.
He
right?
ended,
Brad
up, he
Pitt
ended
said-
up pitching later.
Okay.
Hamels
Brad
did come
Pitt said,
in.
"I don't care about righty."
Correct.
So they took Lester out to put Ian Happ in.
Yeah.
That was the only reason for to bat.
Well, they also the starter for the Rockies. It was his first time in the playoffs too. I guess it's all based on.
Yeah, but by the seventh inning there, you're already past your jitters. You're
Oh, yeah,
already,
I know
you
that,
know what I
but-
mean?
but
You're
I
already
mean starting him.
But you're bringing in somebody right there right in the middle of the action that has never been in that. That was just wild to me because that's like a punter, by the way. The pitcher coming in is like a punter, hasn't been in the game. You know, all right, now you're called upon to kind of go in there. And I think back to like my first playoff game or my first game where I was jogging on that field just hoping that I didn't shit. Like just like, oh my God, this is a monster moment. And then you're in the middle of Wrigley Field right on opening playoff night basically. And it's just like you nobody accounts for the human in there that has to
I will
deal
say
with
though,
it.
that team is very used to like Joe always does like that quick switch up right away late in the game. Like he will always like use every single player. So they're all used to like coming in like really
That's
quick.
162 games. This is playoffs, though. This is like a win or go home
163.
situation.
I think the assumption is that the guy, like, you have so much adrenaline when you get in there that will pass after like a little bit,
You're just
and then
banking that you get past it.
exactly.
And it wasn't
yeah.
like his first major league pitch. I mean, eventually you're going to have to make your first playoff appearance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was just very interesting to me. That was very interesting because they were watching them both do it. The Cubs pitcher rattled as soon as he got subbed in, and then the Rockies guy was all over the place. And
Yeah.
it's like you could see the manager like just writing down like, oh, I hope he fucking figures it out. I hope he figures it out here with the quickness. You know, that's a baseball has a lot of gamesmanship in it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of gamesmanship,
especially
in it.
playoff baseball.
I assume there's a huge difference between major league pitching and playoff pitching. That's a big difference.
I would think so, yeah. It's so interesting, though, Major League Baseball now. It's like 162 game season.
Yeah.
And then, like, really, the season doesn't really start until right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like the whatever happened before, who gives a shit?
Hey, who gives a shit? I knew nothing about any. The teams that are in the MLB might as well be the teams that are left right now in my head. The other teams, I don't even know they existed.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they could not televise the first time.
Hey, it was a hell of a preseason. The major
All the baseball and all the young guys winning playoff games reminded me of Tim Tebow beating the Steelers on that first play. You remember that? You guys remember that?
What the fuck is this?
You guys remember that? I think Troy Polamalu was
the
on the
Patriots
field.
went 18-0 and then they lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'd rather lose in the Super Bowl than lose to
Would you?
Tebow.
Would you?
Tim Tebow plays baseball now.
He
You
doesn't
guys
play
signed
anything.
him.
Yeah, no, he's on the Mets, I thought.
No, he doesn't play anything.
He's on the triple.
He plays
He's
the
on the team.
Steelers.
He's
That's
not
who he
playing
plays.
anything.
What a slant that was, by the way.
It hit me yesterday. I said to them, I was like, wow, I can't believe Tim Tebow beat the Pittsburgh
wasn't
Steelers in the playoffs on one play.
It was
On
Demarius
one play.
Thomas. It wasn't Tebow.
That was a pretty good throw on a
I think it was
slant.
It was
the
a fucking
defense.
3-yard slant.
This is the Todd. This is the Todd
Yeah.
thing. The defense won all those games, but Tebow had a dime of a throw.
Yeah.
Dime of
One
a throw.
play.
Nick
Yes.
Foles had a couple too.
So
Really
did,
good catch, too.
So did Trey Burton. Yeah, there you go.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd, I cleared my first house last night.
You did.
Oh, yeah.
You cleared it.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
ghosts or any paranormal activity?
So
What'd you use?
I got woken up at like 2 a.m.
Uh-huh.
So I moved in with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Got woken up by
Congratulations, by the way.
Is this
Thanks.
her first night in the house?
And I'm so sorry, by the way.
that pub life.
Oh, nothing like the pop.
So I got woken up by 2 a.m. to I just heard 3 loud thumps downstairs.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I was like, you gotta be fucking
And you
kidding
have,
me. And I was like, what do you want me to do?
Excited? Or
You have a
nervous?
dog now,
Well,
too.
extremely nervous. And the dog was freaking out.
is it a basement?
Oh, yeah. It's a,
okay.
It's a,
You
it's
just
a-
send the dog down there.
It's a
Go get
dog
him.
wouldn't go down there. So I was like,
That's a bad sign.
It's a millennial bulldog.
So I went out to my car.
Those.
I went out to my car and I got my gun.
You went outside?
Oh yeah.
So you hold on. So there could be an intruder in the house.
Yeah.
So you leave your girl in the house.
No,
go,
she came outside with me. She would not. She would not stay in there by herself. She came out with me.
Okay, so you both leave the bedroom.
Yep.
Go past where the guy could potentially be.
No. The bedroom's literally right next to the front door.
Okay.
Downstairs is
Nice.
like on the opposite end.
Okay.
So I go out to my car. I grab my gun. On my gun it's mounted with a flashlight and a laser. Throw that baby on.
Of course.
Obviously.
She locks herself in the car.
She goes back in the room.
Credit to you for not getting in the car and leaving.
I thought
for
about
actually
it.
going back in.
Thought about it. Thought about just grabbing the blanket, sleeping in the car.
That's what she should have done, by the way. I think if that's my house, I'd probably tell her to lock herself in the car. There.
Right.
So like she's in the bedroom and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm first time I'm the man of a house now. I gotta like man up. Any other house, I would have just stayed in the bedroom and just kind of put the blankets over my head and just kind of waited it out all night.
Nick, you fucking hear that?
I fucking walked down there, locked and loaded. I fucking had it all on. I cleared every single corner of that basement. I was hiding behind doors and shit like that. Nothing down there. Pretty sure we have a ghost though. So now I got to clear it of a ghost.
Is Tactical Digs back?
Yo, with a Z though, maybe.
a Z.
This is Tactical Digs 2.0. Oh,
Let's do a ceremony.
It was wild. It was
what's that shit you need to use? Sage.
Sage.
You need to get some sage. Sam does that to my house.
It
once
is
a
an
month.
older house, and it definitely
your house needs
the
it.
first day that I was in
know.
there, I was in the basement for about 5 minutes, like building a rack down there. I was like, there's a weird feeling down there. 2 days in, it's a bad sign.
You should have just let off a gunshot right in the little desk pop in the basement, scare everybody out of there.
I'm surprised you didn't. Have you heard the Diggs shooting his sock drawer?
This was the
story?
gun I
Oh,
knew
yeah,
how to
yeah.
use. This wasn't the one I didn't know how to use.
So in my bedroom, I have 2 ARs,
Yeah.
a pistol, and I also have a shotgun right next to my bed that is nowhere near loaded, but it makes the
Yeah. That's all you need.
yes. So that is if anybody's in the house, that is the hey. Just want to let you guys know. And if you hear a return one. That's when, okay, we got to get the bigger shit. It's good. Hold on. That was a fake gun. Yeah. So last night, though, same exact,
Yeah.
kind of the same situation. I wake up to piss 4:30. I stumble back. I trip over a cat toy. We got this new cat toy that it's a stick, and it has like a bird-looking thing on a string.
Okay, yeah,
and,
I gotcha.
and you just throw it back and forth, like literally
I've seen
just
those with mouses.
for an hour. Yeah, you
Mice.
just do this for an hour.
Those are the best cat toys.
Yeah.
Little Sebastian, our little fucker, he will fly through the air trying to get this thing. I'm undefeated against him. He never gets it. I make sure he knows that I am the fucking, you are not going to get my bird. Just want to let you know that. Sam gives it to him. He trots around the house.
See,
Anyways.
that's the difference in parenting.
Yep, exactly. That's why she's going to be soft. My kid's going to be a hard ass.
Nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
Nature always wins, Lodge. So I stumble back into bed and I lay down and I like Val is right at the bottom where she sleeps right at my feet, which is a bit of a nuisance, but I'm becoming her favorite parent, so it's cool for me. So I had to put my feet to the left of her, which is normally where Sam is, and I don't feel Sam. So I'm like half asleep and I like pat over there, there's no Sam. And I'm like, oh. Now I have like Liam Nielsen.
Yeah.
I thought she was stolen. I actually thought she was stolen. I checked my phone and it was,
The Liam Nielsen ratings.
is that his name?
Neeson.
You get it. So I check my phone. It's 4:20 something a.m. and I'm like, where the fuck is Sam? So I grab my gun.
Yeah,
obviously.
obviously.
I grab my gun and I start walking through the house. And I'm like, Sam, like bird calling. No response. I'm like, my fucking lady here was stolen and my dog did shit. The cats did nothing. And I walk out and she's passed out on the couch. Okay. And I'm like, I have holding the gun. I'm like, when the fuck did you come out here? And she's like, why do you have a gun? I was like, I thought you were stolen. She's like, oh, I had to puke. She's puking. So now I thought potential my lady was stolen. Now there's a potential I have a fucking kid in the oven.
Yeah.
So it's like it just went from bad to worse. It went from bad to worse.
Slowly the gun goes
Well-
toward your own.
You said you're getting the hot flashes? Oh, okay. Oh, is that right? Yeah, go get the real one. She was like, I didn't want to wake you up. I was puking. I was like, oh my God.
So, yeah, it's a wild thing when you turn from a boy to a man.
Yeah, you're in charge of security when you
Yeah.
move in with your lady,
it's scary.
whether you like it or not.
I get
It's your
excited
job.
though for it.
I'm going to put my Simply Safe in. I haven't set that up yet.
Oh yeah.
It's the best, by the way. Simply Safe is the best. I get excited though for those moments. I get excited for those moments.
I mean,
So I'm like, I'm either gonna die or be a
The
real
adrenaline
fucking
was
hero.
up. The adrenaline was up. It took me a good hour after to like fall asleep again,
Yeah.
like because the adrenaline was there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're 100% right. Todd, that's what you did for a living.
Yeah, I know.
I did that for a living.
I was just gonna say though, I think like it bothers me maybe even more because now I'm the guy pinned down in the room and I have to come out. Like we always.
Oh yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? If you're the person making entry, you have that advantage. Like, oh, we've got him stuck in that room.
no one likes to take their work.
It's
home
hide,
before
it's
the
hide and seek when you're the seeker.
Yes, it's better to be the seeker.
Imagine Todd
than the
living
hider.
with Todd, and there's like a noise in the basement, and he's like, "Bailey, go fucking get that." Nah, this is I gotta keep my business and personal life.
Off the clock.
Here, take my gun. Get out of there.
So yeah, we're off.
It's a good stand-up bit, by the way, Todd. You should think about that.
It should.
I'm
That's
off
a
the
good
clock.
one.
Yeah, write that down.
All right, so he keeps his gun in the house. Are you going to change where you keep your gun so you can actually get to it?
Well,
if
it's just
somebody
because
breaks
I
in?
haven't moved my shit in yet. She moved in on this last weekend. I'm moving in this weekend. So I have mine in my car that I always have. But my 2 bedroom ones are still in my bedroom at my house.
Really?
So I got to transfer those over to the new bedroom.
I want to let you guys know I was being so extra too. I thought about grabbing the AR.
You should have.
I mean,
Just walking around my house.
Clearing rooms like a Navy SEAL.
But the way everybody's been in my house, where my room is, as soon as I walk out of there, I'm gonna sit and duck. All lanes.
It's a
hot
point-
corner back
Yeah,
there.
all lanes
yeah.
point to
the
me.
fatal funnel. You're walking right to the fatal funnel.
I guess you have to buy like smoke grenades now, so you just smoke out when you walk out.
I don't know, but if you need some of that sage for the ghost,
I appreciate that, man.
well, I'm happy you're experiencing this because this is a very regular situation that happens in my house, and it's an interesting thing. It is a very interesting thing being an adult.
I've done it twice now. I've done the old sprint up the stairs. I've sprinted up those basement stairs already many times in that house.
Being
Really?
scared.
Yeah,
I used to run home from up near your house, up
down the hill.
down the hill all the way to my house because I thought somebody was behind me all the time. You know, I think that's why my knees were so bad.
Sprinting
Down a mountain. Ghosts are scary, man.
I know.
You can't. Guess what? It would have. If I was a ghost down there and it showed itself, it would have laughed at the gun. What are you gonna do with me with that gun?
He's also gonna outrun you too. Just
Yeah.
Probably.
yeah.
Because of the ghost factor, I don't think I'm going to get a gun when I'm older. I think I'm just going to buy like 50 flashbangs and then just throw them down the stairs if I ever get worried.
Anybody down there? Boom!
Find out really quick.
Cut yourself.
I do think
Concussion grenade?
I do think we should clean your house though. We should get the sage. We should do the
Oh, she'll love
ceremony.
that. I'm sure.
Have you ever seen one of these?
Yeah, but I don't
ceremonies?
want to piss it off. Like sometimes that backfires.
No. You're telling it to leave. Basically.
Yeah, you have to.
It's a
Right, you got to
ceremony.
be, and you have to be kind of nice about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that until it's like to the point where it's shaking my bed.
Just
I
don't
mean,
say.
it woke you up last night. You had to go outside, grab a gun, come back inside. That's a pretty big.
it only gets worse.
It's a pretty big moment.
It
there.
didn't wake me up. It woke her up, which then woke me up.
Might as well be the same.
Whatever you
I
do,
think it's
just
worth it.
never say Beetlejuice 3 times.
I know
and
that.
You're good.
Yeah,
Obviously.
exactly. Anybody
Yeah.
else have anything cool happen last night? Whatever. I went for sushi.
I've been watching Maniac.
Oh,
That
yeah?
new show Maniac with Jonah Hill, Emma
Yeah.
Stone. Crazy.
Yeah,
really
it's-
crazy. Yeah.
it's
I
the
watched
weirdest-
a couple episodes. Opened the door to the basement, scared the shit out of myself. Thought there was something down there.
It's
Turn
October.
the lights on. Nothing's there, but in my head,
pub. It's
I'm
pub.
becoming a maniac.
Everything just gets scary in October.
What
too.
is the Jonah Hill thing?
It's the weirdest television show that's ever been
Very
created.
trippy.
Yeah,
It's-
it's about
it's
like
on
this
Netflix.
so Jonah Hill's
Yeah.
a schizophrenic, and then Emma Stone's
Fight
just
Club.
this bum. No, so they go to this doctor,
Kinda.
Justin Thoreau, and they're trying to get their
Oh, a lot
brains
of big
fixed.
names. I didn't know Thoreau was in it.
And there's a computer, Gertie, and
Okay.
Gertie's depressed.
Terrible name.
And so this computer's been like mixing Jonah Hill and Emma Stone into the same like
Reality?
not reality, but because they're taking these 3 pills and they go under, and then the computer's like mapping their
Oh,
brain.
Avatar.
So
That's
it's
that
like
Avatar.
Avatar.
It's
slash
crazy.
Matrix?
Yeah, it's interesting. You should watch it. You got to give it a chance. Also, casually really funny.
It's a dark comedy.
It's a dark comedy.
Or not a good comedy. One of the two.
It's not a good comedy. It's not a good It's one of those where there's
I think
jokes.
it's what people say sometimes when it's not a good comedy. Oh, it's a dark comedy. Yeah.
It's dry. It's dry.
It literally, like, if you want to know, like, I've never taken acid before, but I feel like watching that's the closest I could get.
So
like,
it's good on
I
vitamins
have
then?
no idea what's going on.
It's crazy on vitamins. Don't open basement doors when you're watching the show.
What is that, Black Mirror?
Oh,
Yeah.
There's that one episode where there's a machine where the lady can plug it in, and it's a TV of basically your memories
oh
and
yeah,
your
yeah,
thoughts.
yeah, yeah. You can rewind it.
And they
yeah.
put it on a hamster.
Yep.
Is that what you? This is.
No, it's more complex. There's so many different factors in it because
I hate it
the
already.
other
Yeah,
realities are
dude,
crazy. Yeah.
I couldn't hang. I abandoned
Also-
ship early.
After this happened, we got we don't have cable until Saturday being put in. So last night we went to Redbox and got the first Purge.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to watching it last night. She was walking out of the door with it this morning. I was like, "What are you doing? We didn't watch it yet." She's like, "I'm not." After last night, I'm not watching this. So now I can't ever watch a fucking scary movie again.
So you don't have internet or TV yet?
Not till Saturday.
It's the worst. Moving is the worst. You have to pick up all your shit.
It's the worst.
Relocate. You have to learn all the nuances of the new place, and you don't get any connection to the outside world for at least a week because the fucking cable and internet companies got you by the dick. It's a wild. Moving is the worst thing on earth, isn't it?
The worst, and I've done it probably 10 times in the last 11 years.
I hate it so much.
Jesus Christ.
Sounds like the pub's going to be open for a while.
We went and got sushi last night, and the older Asian lady that was serving us, like she got to the table, she looked right at Marnie, and she goes, "You look like Lindsay Lohan." And she was like, "Oh, thank you." And I was like, I don't know. That's a compliment.
She was running around trying to chase down refugees this weekend.
Call them child traffickers.
Yeah,
She got punched in the face by a refugee.
She was speaking Islamic. Like, why does she know fucking...
She does it. It was like 4 words. It was very.
Still impressive.
Did you watch that video?
Yeah.
She got punched in the face
I
by
know.
a mom, a refugee.
I couldn't have been happier when it happened. It was
Awesome. It was awesome.
How many people have wanted to punch Lindsay Lohan in the face?
She's tough, huh?
Yeah, she's a
Whatever happened
childhood star that couldn't handle it.
There it
Freaky
is.
Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Parent Trap.
That's the one.
Oh.
Is that the one where they're sisters?
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid.
Whatever happened to her sister?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
So that's Mary Kate and Ashley's, different set of twins.
I know she had a twin.
Same
Parent
fucked
Trap.
up life at this point, though. But
Zito. Zito, you're such a special human. By the way, last night I realized bears, cubs, same animal.
Yeah. Just grows up to be a bigger one.
Yeah, for Chicago. That's the first thing I took because I'm a pro baseball player.
yeah.
Pre-order that October 7th.
October 7th.
For $3.33, get entered into the greatest raffle in the history of raffles. By the way,
All time.
you won't win all of the prizes, but you will win a prize if you win the raffle.
And you can't win if you don't play.
2 World Series tickets, 2
What?
Super Bowl tickets,
What?
2 WrestleMania tickets,
What?
$1,000 free play from mybookie.ag,
What?
signed Adam Vinatieri jersey
Holy
from this
shit.
season, Move and Watch sunglasses, Lisa mattress, Job Shadow Nick, $500 Visa gift card. Is that all of them?
I
think so.
That's everything.
Couple
And a signed
autograph
bat.
bats.
Oh, and a bat.
Yeah.
There it is. I always forget one.
It's the greatest raffle in the history of raffles.
pretty solid.
There's a
History.
random one we just added was a day in the pub.
Who added that?
I don't know. I just did.
I don't agree with this
It's
one.
not.
I don't know.
People
By the way,
won't-
just for
we'll
future
have to-
reference,
that's
has
not-
not been added.
No.
We have to talk to the owners.
To get-
There's 2 other owners that aren't here right now. There's 5 of us total, so we still have to talk to them too. We'll all
To do
confer.
what?
Whether people are
No, we
welcome
want
in the
people,
pub or not.
No, we
it's-
want people to buy it.
It's my raffle.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's my raffle. The answer is no. There's no 2 other people. There's 1 person. No.
We didn't want them anyways. The pub's
If
exclusive.
you're job shadowing me at the end of the day when work's over, if you want to go to the pub, we'll go to the pub.
Oh, what a little backdoor.
That's what I'm willing to do.
How about the reaction
For
to
you.
the job shadowing of Nick last night when I announced it? Was probably my favorite part of the
How
whole
about
thing.
the most ricochet shot of all time Nick took at me last night?
What'd he say?
Some kid was like, "Can we job shadow Diggs instead of you?" And Nick said, "No, he's too soft, just like you."
No, Nick was on a heater last night.
Yeah.
I was crying, laughing in my bed. What'd you say to that one kid that job shadowed
I don't know.
you?
Fuck him. He didn't even follow me.
Called the guy. Said the guy had a shit stain existence. It was a good burn. Good burn.
The guy's name was Will the Dad or something. Like some dad was
This has
just
been boiling for a few weeks. Like
Bro.
this is the boiling point. Was last night.
full heel. Nick was awesome last night. By the way, just the thought of job shadowing Nick Moraldo being an option in this raffle is so awesome on so many levels. Just miserable Nick, hates people Nick, and you got Super Bowl, WrestleMania, World Series, and job shadowing a guy that does not want to be job shadowed. It's the best. Greatest raffle of all time, greatest comedic sports documentary of all time.
And the difference between that, the greatest raffle of all time, and normal raffles is usually in a raffle, you just buy a ticket and there's a chance you don't get anything. In this case, you get an awesome, probably, people are saying, the best comedic sports documentary ever made.
Ever.
I've just been quoting people when I say it.
Correct.
Not one of us has said that.
Could
People
win
are
an
people.
Oscar.
Are saying
I'm
that.
just putting that out there right
Could
now.
potentially
buzz.
win. Is that what it would win? An Emmy, Oscar.
An Oscar.
a
All of
lot
them,
of
probably.
Oscar buzz.
And what is the
I can't wait to go to con.
Sundance. I think that's the
Sundance,
first.
go to both.
Sundance, the can.
We go to both.
I think you have to get into con. I think Sundance, I can literally just send an email and you're in, from what I've heard.
Correct. Yeah, you just have to pay the fee to get in.
Full entourage.
So we're in
situation.
Sundance. That's awesome.
I know a
can't
guy
wait
with
to go.
con.
Is it in
actually.
Denver or where?
We
Colorado?
can get in there easy.
It's in, God damn it.
Connor
Very
was-
serious
I
about
think
this
it's in,
too.
it's in
Very
Utah.
serious.
Park City, Utah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Park City, Utah.
He's right.
Yeah. It's
I
right
knew it
after the
'cause-
Super Bowl.
Because I knew it was cold and it was in the mountains at a
Yep.
resort. So I just guessed Colorado.
Every single off season, I plan on going to Sundance Film Festival. Every single one of them, and I never went.
It's Thursday, January 24th to Sunday, February 3rd. Park City, Utah.
Well, we got to see when we're showing in there.
Right.
Well, I assume we'll be a prime time, like Saturday night showing.
Yeah, probably
Yeah, we're gonna
about
be a main
noon,
event,
maybe.
for
Oh,
sure,
main
yeah.
event. Yeah, maybe.
Big feature.
Yeah, probably a morning.
I can't wait for Evan to be there, like Billy Walsh. People aren't staying for the credits. Respect the fucking credits.
Respect the credits, and I'm going to go up there and I'm going to bring Pat's agents up and say, hey, look what I made here, guys. Look what I made here.
For those of you that don't know, Foxy got shit on in CAA in New York on Monday just
Yeah.
for 20 minutes, and I loved every moment of it.
It's all right, though. They were nice.
It was beautiful. I'm excited for this documentary to get out, though.
It's gonna be a good time.
I am too.
And the raffle.
The raffle that everyone wins.
Oh,
Everyone's a winner.
Every single
I
person
think
who purchased
legally, we can't say that.
God damn it, Connor.
it. Can we just throw the documentary into the raffle and then everybody gets the
Everyone wins
too?
the documentary.
Everyone wins at the end of the day then.
Let's just say
good call.
it's the best way to lose. Because all you lose.
I'll
is,
tell you
"Oh,
the
I
best
get
way to
away."
lose is shit talking me on Twitter. I'll make sure you don't fucking win that goddamn thing in that raffle.
Oh, job shadowing Nick Morado can be very complicated and confusing. You're going to find that out if you win that prize. But what's not complicated and confusing anymore is buying tickets, because SeatGeek
The best.
is the best way to get tickets to a live event, whether it's comedy, theater, sports. You want to see your best team. There's no better way than experiencing something live. Pat always says, you're alive, but are you living? If you want to live, go to SeatGeek. Create an experience. Create a life story that you'll never forget. And go see your favorite team or your favorite show with a loved one. I have the SeatGeek app on my phone. It's by far the easiest way I've found to shop for tickets. I can be anywhere with just a few taps. I can easily and instantly find seats. You save time and money by searching multiple ticket sites with SeatGeek. They do it for you to get you the best deal for your buck. Plus, every purchase is fully guaranteed, so you can shop for tickets on SeatGeek with complete confidence, and that's important. Make SeatGeek your go-to app for finding the best deals on every type of ticket. Best of all, listeners of this show and of the Pat McAfee Show 2.0 get $10 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter the promo code PAT. That's P-A-T today. That's promo code PAT for $10 off your first SeatGeek purchase. They are just the best.
The best.
They're the best.
Hooked it up.
They're the reason why this raffle is the greatest raffle of all time.
Series.
Yeah, like it would not exist if they hadn't ponied up and said, hey, Pat, we know you've been wanting to give away some, because you've been talking for a long time. I want to find a way to give away Super Bowl tickets to the people to listen to the show and follow the stuff.
That's what I
And
wanna
they
do.
were like, hey, let us help you with that.
How about two good ones, they said.
Yeah.
Two good World Series tickets, two good WrestleMania tickets, two good Super Bowl tickets. And we utilize the word good because we don't know exactly where they are right now. But they are going to be in the lower area of the stadium.
Out of those two, what do you choose?
For World
For you
Series
guys?
tickets, I've heard Houston is a great time, so that's going to be an awesome time down there in Houston. Just saying.
For the World Series?
Yeah.
Super Bowl's Atlanta too, right? Sure, Atlanta gets after
Are
it.
you saying the Houston Astros or what in the World
Kind
Series?
of attacking that table.
It sounded like you did there.
Sounds pretty confident.
Sounded like you did there for a second.
The Red Sox and Yankees fan over there.
Yeah, is the Yankees in?
They play tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Oh, good. Against the Red Sox?
No.
No, if they
Sox are
win,
the best team in baseball.
okay. If they are,
Just for future reference, nobody gives a fuck. In America, nobody gives a fuck.
America's pastime. Pastime.
I'm a professional baseball player, so I guess
Yeah,
you
you
shouldn't
are.
judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But SeatGeek, I think I would pick WrestleMania if I had to guess, just because it's more than just a game. Now, granted, you get a Maroon 5 concert as well.
Super Bowl, yeah. Super
So
Bowl.
that's something to think about.
Me
there.
personally, I'm going for that $1,000 free play because I turned that into $50,000 in probably 3 months.
I had to use promo code Pat with it.
Yeah.
Should promo that too. That's a chance to meet Adam Levine. You're at the Super Bowl. There's a chance you meet him.
Yeah.
So we should add that to the
Chance to.
2 World
Chance
Series
to meet
tickets,
Maroon 5.
2 Super Bowl tickets, 2 WrestleMania tickets.
Nobody knows the other 4 in the Maroon group.
Same city as Adam Levine.
It's a chance.
Chance you run
Bump
into
into
him
each other,
somewhere.
you know?
Yeah. Then we'll add that.
I saw Jay Mariotti at that Super Bowl you were at. He was accosting some woman. It was great to watch.
Got to play to win. Got to play to win.
Got to play to win.
Speaking of playing to win, we have a pretty large meeting today.
Yeah, you got a big meeting.
I have to go prep for it.
It's good.
We might be on live radio soon, by the way.
Hey-o.
Yep. Somebody from a very large company has flown from a very large city to Indianapolis to come shake my hand and listen to some thoughts. Just know that there's a little competition for your boys' brains around here.
Let's go shake the hands.
Let's go shake the hands. Hockey's back. Hammer the over tomorrow. You guys are the best. I'll talk to you soon. Pre-order October 7th, 3:33. Release date October 10th, $5. PatMcAfeeShow.com. Greatest comedic sports document. We're not saying.
People are saying.
People are saying.
New York Times.
Oscar Buzz.
I don't think they said it.
Variety.
There you go.
Not sure they said it.
Time magazine.
Time magazine.
No, I don't think they.
Forbes.
Forbes definitely said it.
Nope.
I know Empire said something.
Complex said it.
I don't think they.
Empire
Rolling
is like
Stones?
the biggest film magazine on the earth.
They were talking.
Yeah, they did a nice little spread in there.
I think it was Variety.
Good housekeeping.
Of
Variety
humans.
also.
The New Yorker is
Yeah.
running an article
Siskel
this
and
weekend.
Ebert actually fucking had surgery to add thumbs. 4 thumbs up.
Oh yeah, I wish I had 2 more hands so I can get them titties 4 thumbs down. Honestly,
All right, buddy. We're proud of you. Crush it. All right, Nick Moraldo, tell us what's going on in the world.
Zito.
Very proud of you for that.
Thank you.
That sounded good.
Nice.
As a Jet Airways flight out of Mumbai began reaching altitude, the crew quickly realized they forgot to complete one key item on the pre-flight checklist. The crew and passengers began to scream in pain, several bleeding from their ears and nose because someone forgot to pressurize the cabin.
This is my nightmare.
yeah.
That's an actual button.
Yeah, it must be, right?
I think it's the most fucking important one, too.
Yeah. Maybe a lever of some sort.
yeah.
There's probably a gauge you watch as the cabin pressure equalizes.
Zito,
or
you don't
something?
see it because we're not on the plane yet, but you know how in movies when you step into the contamination chamber and they hit the button and it like cleans you?
Oh, yeah.
That's basically what happens with the plane before you get on. You didn't know that?
No, that's crazy.
Learn something new every day.
It's something I wouldn't. I don't normally think about when I
I
get on a
figured the
plane.
plane
though.
would
Somebody had to
automatically
equalize
do it
this
itself.
pressure.
It's 2018. Fucking automatically pressurize
You
it
would think
yourself.
so.
Do you think it's right next to the seatbelt button?
Okay.
Got to be right next to the door, right?
Could be.
It's got to be right next to the door. You
Did
just
everyone
click
die?
it.
No, just a bunch of nosebleeds, busted
were-
eardrums.
I figured
things
like
like
as soon
that.
as your ears and nose started bleeding that you were automatically
Dead. Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
when
Is that
your ear
not
is
the
bleeding, that's a terrible sign.
Yeah, yeah.
It said they were bleeding out of their eyes too.
There's no way you don't think you're all dying.
Right.
When you look around and everybody's bleeding from their like terrorist attack with big gas.
Speaking of eyeballs bleeding, did you see the lady who got hit with a golf ball at the Ryder Cup? Her fucking eyeball
yeah.
exploded.
Yeah.
Fractured her orbital
Did it
bone,
fall out?
and her eyeball exploded.
She's gonna lose it, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she
she's
can't
blind.
see.
Yeah,
She's
she's
blind.
blind.
Yeah.
She's thinking about suing.
She is suing.
Yeah.
She's suing
I
the
don't know,
organizers.
what do you see? Yeah, I mean, you can't sue the player because I assume that's
Hey,
like something
and-
when you buy your ticket.
Brooks he's so handsome. How are you going to sue someone like that?
I always assumed when you bought your ticket there was probably like a
waiver?
disclaimer on the back, like
Right.
you can't sue if you get hit with a fucking golf ball. If you're an asshole who runs to one of the golf balls and stands 3 feet away,
Yeah.
A lot of people try and sue over some bullshit. But if your eye explodes, I feel like you got a case at least.
Yeah, something.
You gotta
yeah.
make an attempt to get your eyeball back. At least a glass eye, maybe get it gifted.
What if they give
golf
you
ball?
the golf ball?
It just got the
golf
PGA
ball
logo in the middle.
that'd be fucking hysterical. Having a glass eye is pretty fucking badass. My grandpa has one from World War II. He got shrapnel in his eye.
Wow.
It has a glass eye. It's pretty fucking cool, to be honest.
I would tap it after walking into every single room. Every room that I walk into, tap. I got a fake eye. No one talks
In
shit.
2018, you could also get probably a camera recorder in there too.
Dude, I used to do jiu-jitsu with this guy that had a fake eye.
big deal.
And whenever he would, like, we get somebody new in there and he would roll with him for the first time, he'd pop that thing out. He'd be like, ah! It was fucking hilarious.
You got to think there's one guy on this plane though who he didn't start bleeding from his eyes and ears. He's like, oh my fucking god! Zombie apocalypse happening. This is where it starts.
I thought you were gonna say like he's bleeding from his dick.
First guy to go to the bathroom.
Was there any like repercussions for this?
I
though?
assume
Like,
they could all sue.
like they should have been. Every person that was on that flight should have been able to kick the pilots in the nuts as hard as they could before they got off the plane.
I mean, you could sue for being traumatized and never being able to fly again, is what I would claim.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of trains, a lot of boats in the future.
Yeah, they'll probably go under. Jet Airlines.
What was it like Air Mumbai or something?
Yeah, flying out of Mumbai.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe.
I think that's a Mumbai
See,
problem.
like flying
more
out of
than
Mumbai,
anything.
I would have thought it was like SARS or fucking Ebola or something like everyone got.
Exactly. This
The
is
new
crazy
zombie.
though. One little step you skip over in the pre-flight.
I don't think it's a little
checklist.
step.
I think it's pretty
I think it's
important.
the first one.
I would assume it's the
tur-
first one on the
like
list.
turn the plane on, pressurize the cabin.
Yeah. But you're right. It should be set like automatically. Like when you start it up, it should just automatically kick into pressurization mode.
Or there should be a fucking siren when you start moving.
Yeah, it should be.
Mumbai's got to update their planes. I think. At the end of the day, this is a Mumbai. Mumbai hasn't figured this
Everyone
out.
needs to update their plans.
I know, like that's one thing when Nick and I were flying with the like when you sat in a cockpit, even like just
It's
a regular
old as
747,
fuck looking.
it looks the same as it did in 1950.
Did you see the fucking Mavs new team plane?
It's
Yes.
insane.
Is it?
The Dallas Mavericks team plane.
Yeah.
It's like first off they have 13 players.
Every
And
single seat is
it's
first class.
Ginormous.
It looks like it just
ginormous.
looks like a massive ballroom.
Yes.
Like in the center of it.
Are you serious?
It
Yeah.
looks like it's
Incredible.
everything's coated in like white ivory. Like they killed
It's-
7,000 elephants just to decorate the inside.
Google the Dallas Mavericks team plane.
Oh,
It's
I
fucking
am. Cuban's such a dog. This is exactly what I expect out of Mark Cuban.
Dude, I ran into a guy one time, and he works as a bartender kind of host on a private plane. Like he works at the private air aviation company.
Yeah.
And all he does is like serve. Like they have a lobby in the middle between where everybody sits,
Yeah.
and he works bar.
Yeah, it was like that in this video. They're having like a banquet feast in the main hangout area.
and there's mini hoops everywhere. So you got to, I mean, everyone's shooting basketballs at all times. This is pretty crazy. Actually. Wow.
And he was like, I was like, you've got to like be the highest paid bartender in the world. He's like, yeah, like tips, or he's like, this is a well sought after job.
yeah.
Tips got to be outrageous because the people are just amazingly rich that are flying here.
Air Emirates, I know the stewardess, they make a pretty good amount of money. And there's
Really?
like a school you got to go to. I'm pretty sure there's I don't want to say look requirement, but you got to have a certain type of physique to work on.
No,
I
that's
mean, Dubai,
that's
that's
pretty
not frowned upon,
standard
yeah.
even in America. Like those.
I've
if
flown
you've
from
seen-
Indy to Mass a few times now, and I'm over like 15. So.
yeah, no,
I don't
but
think
still,
US
like
Airways has that fucking.
trying to be a flight attendant is incredibly hard.
Oh,
it's
okay.
much harder than you think it
I
would
thought
be.
you were talking about the look part.
Even still, some of it, like they definitely discriminate to some degree when they hire those people.
Just because competition's so stiff.
Yeah.
It gets even harder once the Mexican cartels come and ask you to run drugs back and forth. Then it's a real problem. Then you're a real stewardess.
What else is going on, Nick?
Students at the Oregon Culinary Institute arrived to class in June of this year, only to find their instructor, Chef Brody, on the floor, dead with a gunshot wound. Police became suspicious of his wife, Nancy, who was a romantic suspense writer, after discovering a blog she wrote in 2011 titled How to Murder Your Husband. She was charged last week with the murder of Chef Daniel Brody.
What a beautiful story
Oh,
for this
I
couple.
thought that was his first name. I was gonna say if your name's Chef Brody, you deserve to be killed. But if it's his last name, like was that the police officer in Jaws? Was Brody? Was it
Yes.
Brody?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Then you're
Chief Brody.
iconic.
Brody, also Patrick Swayze from Point Break. Brody.
Oh yeah,
Bodie.
That's right.
Oh, Bodie?
You're right.
Dummy.
Christ.
Hey, sometimes you got to swing. If you're not a 300 hitter, you go to the Hall of Fame.
This lady's a fucking moron. Like, way to cover your tracks.
It's unbelievable.
You wrote a blog.
If you considered killing him, you know how easy it is to just take that fucking blog down?
Yeah, and plus you wrote a complete that was a very critically acclaimed blog allegedly on how to murder your husband, and you shoot him. That's the least creative way to fucking murder. Your
I just
husband.
want to say, though, I'm going to play devil's advocate. There's a possibility there was a third party that read this blog and said, I'm going to kill this person, and that's like the alibi.
This might be
right
the
there.
smartest thing you've
Framed.
ever said. Zito.
I like the,
That's
I like
pretty
the
good,
conspiracy theory.
I think
angle on that.
for her, she just says, no, we talked about this. I wanted to see if my blog was legit. I went in, killed him. He said it was okay. I mean, this is not a crime whatsoever. That's how
In her
she's gotta
defense, her defense should have been my husband was killed with a gun. In my blog, I clearly did it a different way. This is not how I would have murdered my husband. I gave you the game plan of how I would have murdered my husband.
I guarantee you, her defense attorney uses that angle.
I would.
Guarantee.
I've gotten people
It
off
says
like
right
that
here,
before.
I would have slit his throat. You think I would have shot him in the back?
A lot of people lately are getting burned by shit they said online a couple years ago, and probably unjustly. This one seems like it's worth it. This one's credible.
This one should come back to haunt you, I think.
Still can't get over this Mavericks plane. I'm still looking at it. Holy shit. There's things everywhere. I think they got Pac-Man on here somewhere, too.
And a chef, like I would use a little bit of irony. Like I would poison a chef. You know what I mean? Because he makes food for a living.
He's got to taste it.
You have to get the right poison, though. You have to get the poison that doesn't stay in your body when they test your blood.
Yeah, that's right.
That's tough with poison.
Yeah, one, it dissipates really quickly.
Yeah, we've talked
They
about
don't know
that.
to test for it.
I used to work for a hospital where one of the doctors was charged with murdering his wife, who was also a doctor, and they found traces of cyanide in her body because he was slowly putting it in her food.
Yeah,
But he had access to it because of the lab at the hospital. It was like,
My
buddy,
favorite.
you gotta go a different route here.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone knows.
Hey, you can't take your work home with you like Todd
Cyanide,
does.
yeah, not the easiest thing to get.
Where do you work? The cyanide factory.
My favorite way to kill a chef is you coat one of his pans with a poisonous gel.
Oh, like a topical poison.
Yeah.
like
So,
a-
but when he turns it on and heats up the pan before he puts anything in it, it turns into a poisonous gas. So when he breathes it in, he just drops and dies. But there's nothing left over. No one's gonna test that pan.
oh, like the sea. What's the poison that you get out of that sea creature? The
Oh.
one that paralyzes you.
The
Blowfish?
blowfish.
yeah, like the blowfish poison.
Oh yeah.
I always wanted-
Toxins. You guys are big toxins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're big
yeah,
toxins
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, toxin.
I think no matter what, if I'm killing someone, it's poison dart because then there's no trace to the poison in the food. And if you hear poison dart, you got to think somebody from South America, or anywhere but America killed them.
Somebody who can handle a blow dart.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a
Not
nin-
me.
Or a
This guy.
ninja.
Do you remember the movie Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen?
Classic.
And he used the blow dart gun the whole time.
Yeah.
I always want to learn how to use one of those.
I love a good blow dart gun.
I had
I
one.
want one.
I tried to. I don't know if I just have weak lungs. Every time I tried, it would go 3 feet out of the gun.
So the longer the tube, the further it goes.
It's normally how
I
it
think
works.
so. Yeah, kind of like a rifle.
That's why
Like
Peter North could shoot from here to that.
all right, what else is going on?
Here's something else I feel like a lot of people have always wanted to do. A 12-year-old stole a Michigan police cruiser and led police on a high-speed chase. Flint, Michigan. Shout out Flint. Let's go Tropics. Arrived at a boy's home to respond to a domestic dispute between the boy and his father. When the police went inside the house, the boy jumped into the unlocked car that was still running and took off.
This is like, as a cop, this is the most humiliating thing that can happen to you. And it happens more than you would think. Like, here, I have a good story on this. This guy that
Is this more humiliating than kicking your gun?
There's this guy in my academy class who came out with me. He was the least liked person in the academy class. His dad was already a captain on the state police, so he carried that swag, and he never did PT with us because he claimed he had shin splints, which you can't really prove or whatever. So he just got to kind of work out by himself in a little workout room inside where the rest of us were running outside and shit. And so nobody liked him. And
He's the kid that doesn't practice football.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
he plays the games, doesn't practice.
yes. So he gets out on his own. I think we were our first year on. And he gets into a chase with a bad guy. And the bad guy crashes out near this building. So he stops his police car, gets out, and chases the guy on foot. And he leaves his car running and doesn't lock the door when he takes off. And he's a short, pudgy dude, like not a good runner. So this dude like dusts him, runs around the building in a circle. So he's chasing him in a circle around the building. And when he gets back around, his police car's gone. The guy just ran around, got in his police car, and drove off in it.
You got to think the shin splints hurt him there. Yeah, especially if he's running around. He's running around the building.
Should have PT'd with this fucker.
So in these cops' defense, police in Flint have a lot more pressing issues to deal with.
There's no reason to go to Flint, Michigan. It's terrible. Not even the water's good.
There's a documentary on Netflix about the cops working and trying to work in
I pictured I've been watching a lot of Shameless recently, and I picture something that would happen. This was something that would happen in there.
Oh, Carl.
Yeah,
Carl
for
would
sure
steal
do
a
that.
fucking police car. He's a badass.
I bet the original reason the police were called was because this kid just wanted to take his father's car for a joyride. Father said no. Cop shows up. My dad's yelling at me. He's about to beat me. Cop goes at him. Kid's out the door. Artie and the cruiser driving down the highway. Smart kid.
Beautiful part is you're 12. What are they going to fucking do?
Nothing. They can't do anything. It's awesome.
Like, I'm only 12. Go fuck yourself.
He's one of those age-aware kids that knows that he's 12 and you can't do shit about it.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that back then.
Yeah, me too.
No.
I would have never done homework in middle school, I'll tell you that much.
Except for the threat of being put through a wall from my father.
You got another one?
Yep. Residents of Zavetny, I think that's in Russia. Russia are spooked because of the appearance of numerous sinister-looking voodoo dolls being tied or nailed to properties throughout the village. Several of the dolls were eyeless or one-armed, and some were dressed in girls' clothes or school uniforms, but all had spikes driven through them. Many of the residents believe the village has been cursed. The dolls were disposed of by a local cultural museum and previously used in a puppet theater.
And now they're showing back. There's nothing creepier than dolls. They're creepier than clowns.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate clowns.
Especially when they're missing eyes and arms.
No,
Yes.
but you could shoot a clown.
Well, Ty's right. The no-eye voodoo dolls, that's some dark shit. You're pulling eyes out of
I'm okay
people.
with the no arm voodoo dolls.
I don't like voodoo
Yeah.
at all. I don't like the idea of it.
I don't like
It
fucking
scares
with
the
it.
shit out of me.
Yeah, don't bring it around me. I don't want it to rub off on me. There's nothing good that comes out of voodoo.
I don't
It's
get
for
how
sure
these people
real.
don't.
Yeah,
they
so
think
real.
they believe their village is cursed. Like this fucking place is the
It's
most cursed place
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
world.
yeah. We're not.
There's voodoo dolls everywhere.
I'd probably rather live in Chechnya.
Yeah.
And by Chechnya, I'm
don't
thinking
know.
of somewhere
Chernobyl.
else. There it is.
Chernobyl.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Chernobyl.
Chechnya, Chernobyl.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Chechen rebels.
Yeah.
Chechen.
Chechnya is not going to be much fun either. I don't think. At least there's no creepy dolls nailed to your house.
It's just that it's a weird time of year, man. Weird shit happens. We
It
just got.
does.
We have to get to November. Just get to November. Put your head down and get to November.
Spooky season.
That's why I'm rocking the clean shave. All business in October.
And
I
feel
don't
like-
want anybody coming at me.
I feel like every time you're like fucking having a bad day or whatever, and you like, or you bitch about traffic or something going on where you live, you're like, yeah, I could be living there. You know what I mean? I could be living in Russia right now.
I could have
With
a
fucking
voodoo doll
Russian
stapled to
voodoo
my door.
dolls.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into my new
I love this.
Yeah,
favorite
it's great.
segment.
It's great.
And it's called I Want to Know.
I still think this is Imogen Heap.
I wish.
Or Imogen Heap, however you want to say it.
Guys, I've been saying this for a long time,
You have.
first of all. But the internet's pretty cool. Like
Cool
I've
place.
said that since the internet was first introduced to the world, and I was there to see it that long ago, literally. But I think its coolness peaked when it introduced me to ThursdayBoots.com.
Oh yeah.
That's when the coolness of the internet reached its highest level. I think there's
Great
nothing better
boots. Great
than
boots.
getting home after a long day of work and open up the internet to have this amazing selection of beautiful, handcrafted, long-lasting boots at your fingertips. That's the best, especially now that we're approaching wintertime.
I
It's
know.
about to be boot
Oh, I
season.
Need
love
them.
boot
Need 'em.
season.
Leveraging the power
Nice
of the
peak
World
coat.
Wide Web and selling direct to consumer.
Scarf.
Thursday Boots has it all. They're made in the same North American manufacturing facilities as those rip-off brands your dad and grandpa wore that
joke,
sell for 2 to
assholes.
3 times the price. They don't do that. It's affordable. Thursday Boots use better materials too, like the famous Chromexel
Oh, the
Oh,
crow.
yeah.
Chrome
yeah.
Excel,
Yeah,
however
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to pronounce it, leather
Yeah.
or the Horween Tannery in Chicago. Ever
That's
heard
mine.
of it?
That's mine. That's my go-to.
Love a good tannery.
Yeah, they've been featured in Esquire, GQ, Men's Journal, and all those publications that tell you what to buy if you want to be cool. And most importantly, you're going to love these boots. With prices starting at $149, including free shipping and returns, Thursday Boots are hands down the best buy this season.
Hands down.
So open up the internet and go to ThursdayBoots.com and buy a pair already. I'm done talking about it. They're the best boots in the industry.
Yup.
If you have a pea coat, you need these boots.
Oh
Yeah,
It's bottom line.
I mean, what are you going to do? Wear a pea coat and then like
Not
You
have
can't
these
wear-
boots?
not have boots?
No. You can only. The only place you could wear a peacoat and tennis shoes is England, and we don't live there. So.
And if I see you out and you're wearing boots that aren't from ThursdayBoots.com, I'm liable to walk up and smack you in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Because you made a poor life decision.
Yeah,
you overpaid for one, and they're not as cool.
You're not fucking P.D. Dunham. Stop wearing tennis shoes with your peacoats, okay?
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to P.D. Dunham.
Just go to Mumbai and take a flight. That's what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you, ThursdayBoots.com, for sponsoring this segment of I Want to Know. So I want to know, here's the situation.
Yep.
John Carpenter, arguably one of the greatest horror movie screenwriter and directors of all time. Is that right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. If Ty agrees with anything movie related,
You just believe, it's
spot
true.
on. John Carpenter comes up to you, each one of you specifically, and says that he wants to create the next Jason or Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger. But he's all out of new ideas for slasher villains.
Okay.
So he needs your help. So describe to me your slasher villain and then tell me his or her name.
Okay.
You can throw in the name of a movie if it doesn't match that.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
But it's on you, Dix.
All right. So my slasher villain film is about the story of Tim Murphy.
Oh.
You might not know the name off the top of your head, but once I get into it, you're gonna know who Tim Murphy is. Okay. Tim Murphy was the son of divorced parents. He was the nephew of John Hammond, who founded InGen and obviously was the creator of Jurassic Park. Tim Murphy was John Hammond's nephew in Jurassic Park.
Okay.
The
Remember
little
that
kid who didn't know how to climb the fence and
Yeah.
got electrocuted off of it. Okay. So it was found out that electrocution did a little bit something weird to his brain.
Oh, okay.
It was a little off. He was a little off.
Crossed
after
a
that.
few wires.
Electricity's a little mysterious.
Yes. And after those events in 1993, he obviously was never the same. He saw dinosaurs rip people apart. He was electrocuted. He went through a lot of stuff there. Okay. He was bullied all through high school, being the nephew of John Hammond, and everyone knowing his story. He was still good at school, though. He was always a nerd. He decided to go to Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Hampshire. It was a small town, only 11,000 people. He thought he could get away from his past and start a new life. Boy, was he wrong. The rage and killing that he saw some 7 years ago, at this point, the movie's taking place in 2000.
Yep.
2000.
Okay.
Some 7 years ago, was embedded deep in his bones. Fueled by continuous failures trying to make friends and girlfriends. Tim couldn't take anymore. He began killing on campus, his weapon of choice, a lone raptor claw. He would slash his victims to death with a raptor claw.
Nice.
Movie name, it's a working title. I was thinking The Jurassic Mind.
That's good.
like it.
Not bad.
I
Tom.
kind of want my own raptor claw now. Not to kill people.
They're
with,
pretty
just
awesome.
yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Grant has the only other one. So you're going to have to find him.
And he's hard to find.
Yeah, he's very hard.
You don't want to be found.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. That's fucking awesome. Nick.
Okay, so the title of my movie is called The Gift and the Cursed. All right, and so basically the premise revolves around a series of people in a suburban neighborhood who are sitting at home, unassuming, nice quiet evening, when all of a sudden you get a knock on your door, the doorbell rings, you go to answer the door, and surprise, who do you see? It's the reanimated corpse of Ed McMahon and a cast of gang of ghouls and goblins. And they come in and they present you
Fucking goblins.
with a giant check for millions of dollars. But in doing so, they tie you down to a table. They take the giant check. They spread your hands out, and they give you paper cuts in between each of your fingers
And your toes?
until you bleed out, and they leave the check on the floor for you to stare at while you bleed to death.
Oh, no.
That's really good.
I love this so much. This is going to be my endorsement. Yes!
Do you have a name for this
Best
film?
Ed McMahon.
Yeah, The Gift and the Curse. I said that.
yeah.
Yeah,
you did.
come on, right away.
You did.
I love it. That's great. Zito.
I even liked it, too.
I was spitballing. I couldn't figure a good one out, but I figured
Oh, what else is new?
Teddy Krueger. It is the son of Freddy Krueger, and he's a teddy bear. And that's as far as I got.
Sort of like a Chucky mix. I see what you're
yeah.
going
So
for
I was
there.
trying to combine every scary movie possible, but I couldn't
You
figure
combine
out.
Ted and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
I
and then
kind of like
maybe you put a mask on him and then just call him Jason too. I don't know.
Also with Saw. You could have a little Saw mask.
Just,
Yeah.
don't keep
Give me all
going
your
up.
lobster money. Give me all your lobster money.
Evan Foxy.
Yeah, when I read the word slasher, I was trying to think like who has the most fear slash ever. And
Dwayne Wade.
To me, that's pretty good. To me though, I was thinking of golfers. So then I thought when Tiger Woods dies, his zombie body comes back to haunt all the haters that said he wasn't back. I think his weapon of choice, a rusty 7-iron, and he haunts all these people. And then when he kills them, he breaks the glass in the back of their car to like show his mark.
And then he fucks everyone's girlfriend.
There you go. Boom. I don't have a name for it though.
I like
I think there can be a
prostitutes.
really creative name for it, but I don't have it right now.
Murder on the 18th green.
There you go. Or just like
bad.
Tiger's back.
Tiger's back is good too.
All right, very good. Ty Schmidt.
My film is going to be called The Intimidator.
Okay.
And basically, it's just modeled after, and the character looks exactly like Dale Earnhardt. and he rides people's asses in the left lane who are going too slow. And then when they pull over somewhere to like give him a piece of their mind or like tap on the brakes a couple times, he takes a rusted oil can out from his back seat and slits their throat.
Imagine being that guy in front of. I mean, that's
How we
scary.
haven't made a movie yet is
I know. Come on. All right, Boston Connor.
All right, so mine's called. This is also a work in progress title. Mine's The Wheels on the Man, kind of like the wheels on the bus.
Yeah.
okay.
So the intro to this trailer, it's a really creepy. The wheels on the bus go. You know what I'm saying?
What is it, the man?
That's how it starts, but it's the man. Yeah, it's remixed.
Wheels on the Man.
No, you see the man. You don't. The song
but
is
it's
the wheels
the
on the
song.
bus
Okay.
by a bunch of kids. Okay.
Jeepers.
Hold on.
Creepers. Where'd you get those people?
So this person, who no one knows his name, no one knows where he came from, grew up a huge Cars fanatic, though. And everyone, not like the movie
Cars?
The movie Cars, 2006. Cars
yeah,
1.
yeah,
Never
nice.
saw Cars 2
Lightning
or 3.
McQueen?
Lightning McQueen. Loved it so much. His father broke the CD when he was a child. Scarred for life. He
can picture
grows
his
up
dad.
wanting to be a car. Okay? He puts wheels on his hands and legs.
Okay.
And he moves silent like a Prius. And what he does is, at night, he'll drive around the streets of Indiana. This is in Indiana, too, because all the scary shit happens in Indiana.
Seriously.
Drives around the street of Indiana, creeping on people walking. One person crosses the street. Boom! Cuts him in half with his wheels. On to the next one. And no one sees it coming because he's so silent. It's pretty, I mean...
It's like Andy Bernard when he's rolling up on Dwight Schrute and pins him against the fence.
Yeah, if he just strapped his wheels to his hands.
Dude, okay.
And his face is basically a big windshield.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
That makes sense.
it kept me up last night. And I thought of it.
All right, so my movie is called The Groomsman. It's
Okay.
also the character.
Yeah.
We just refer to him as the Groomsman. He was like a $high hitman that contracted out to the mob and the cartel and other organized crime, and he was like the best at it. Like if you really had an important job to be done, you paid this guy whatever it took to take care of it. Just a real evil dude though, but he was professional about it. Well, he at some point was in Egypt. And he had to do a hit there. And when he did, this real rich guy, in his mansion, he found this ring. And it was just a band, like a wedding band. And he kept it. 'Cause the only weakness this dude had that was so evil and such a stone-cold killer was his high school sweetheart. They separated from. Well, he returns back to New York City, and he runs into her like age 35.
Does she have a name?
I haven't come up with it yet.
Monica.
I was going to say Sabrina, but I like Monica. It's got a hard K at the end.
Yeah, it does.
Rolls off the tongue well. So he runs into Monica. They're like 35 years old now at a Starbucks.
I can picture Monica.
Yeah.
Probably played by
Starbucks.
Olivia Munn.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's a little hottie. She's got a job in ad sales,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
boom in New York. Just moved there. Runs into him like out of the blue.
Yeah,
right?
Liv
What
can
are the
pull this
odds?
off.
So they bump into each other, and they agree to go have a drink that night. They do, and they kind of fall in love all over again. They end up getting eventually engaged to be married.
Okay.
And on the night before their wedding, he has this ring, right? And he's like, "This is going to be my wedding band when I get married." And the night before the wedding, someone comes in and kills both of them, and they torture her, do all a bunch of bad things, make him watch, and then they kill him. And as he's dying, as he's fading to black, his killer walks up and puts that ring like as a joke on him, on his finger.
The old Pharaoh
Then
ring.
he fades off. When he does, all right, this ring came from Egypt.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
special powers.
Obviously, everything from
A
Egypt
rich
does.
man in Egypt
Yes,
too.
Yeah, everything
brings
in
him
Egypt,
back to life, and now he's just got this rage. The only thing he ever cared about in his life was just murder in front of his eyes. So now he just goes around, and he's in sync with the Bed Bath & Beyond wedding registry
Okay.
somehow, and he knows like when you're getting married, and he just preys on married people, and on their wedding night he comes in and he murders you with one of your wedding gifts. So if it's a toaster, he just holds you down in the bathtub, plugs in a toaster, and throws it in there. If you got a pizza stone, he just caves in your head with a pizza stone. The groomsman.
You know, if
Coming to
he only
theaters
killed the
near you.
bride,
You're a genius.
it'd be kind of a good story. it'd be kind of a good story, a little bit.
You're a genius.
These were all
good.
fucking great.
The
One of these
groomsman-
days we're gonna make it.
I can see like Chris Evans being.
No, dude,
is that what he's moving
That's
to?
Keanu 1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking sounds like John Wick 3 almost.
They should bring back scary movies, like the funny ones, like Scary Movie.
No,
Yeah.
those took it. They ran its course.
They did so many.
I did like the very first one though.
The
The first two were awesome, then they jumped
Yeah.
the shark big time.
Like I feel there's been a lot of movies that they could redo that though.
But
Like,
all those movies that you said there's been a lot of, all scary movies are basically the same.
Yeah, very simple formulas, pretty much.
I do like the spoof concept on movies that are happening. Oh,
I do too.
excuse me.
I mean, there was a big period of time where a lot of those were happening, and then I'm kind of glad they faded out.
Yeah, they're tough to do. Like way back in the day, like the movie Airplane come out, and it kind of spoofed a lot of movies all in one movie. Like that was really, but it's just hard to
But like
redo.
Scary Movie and Not Another Teen Movie and all
Yeah.
those
And
fucking,
movie 43. They
there was
did
like
try
a
to
big
make too
period
many
of
them.
time where I hated all those.
Kentucky Fried Movie. Have you seen that, Todd?
I haven't seen
Oh
it.
God, watch it.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. Came out in like the late 70s.
It's
so
it's
good.
one of the most famous parody.
Yeah.
Like it's known to be awesome. I don't know why I haven't seen it because everybody talks about it. I should. All right, let's slide in. I think it's a perfect transition into fact or fiction.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop you fucking lying.
You don't know if I'm lying or not. Or can we tell them the truth? That's why they call it fact or fiction. All right, perfect transition from what we were talking about. All right, here it is. In John Carpenter's Halloween, the character of Michael Myers was played by 3 different men throughout the filming. However, he was primarily played by Ashton Kutcher's father, Larry Kutcher, who was not an actor, but is a longtime friend of director John Carpenter, who also happened to be the art director in that film and several others that Carpenter directed, to include The Thing, Escape from New York, and The Ring. The Fog.
So,
Fog,
so the
not
fact
Ring.
here is that Larry Kutcher was one of the actors.
Pardon?
The main actor.
Yeah, he was the main Michael Myers. There was 3 because they filmed for like 20 days, and because of scheduling and whatever, they had to use a couple substitutes a couple times. And I guess that's what happens when you have somebody who's not an actor play Michael Myers.
For the longest time, I thought Austin Powers played Michael Myers.
I think Michael Myers played Austin Powers. But, yeah. The other Michael Myers with an E.
My brain's in a pretzel.
Fiction. I don't like any of this.
You don't like any of it.
Fact.
Okay.
Fact, because Ashton Kutcher is a talentless fucking hack, and that's the only way that he would have got in the industry.
I like that logic. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think it's fiction. Ashton Kutcher's from Anamosa, Iowa,
Okay.
which is just like a bumfuck little town. I can't see his dad getting out to the set of wherever this movie
He was
is
like an
set.
underwear model, right? Until he
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
That's how Vinny Chase got started. What was it?
Mentos commercial?
Yeah,
Good-looking
Mentos
kid from
commercial.
Iowa. Could be his real dad. It could stepdad maybe and lived in Iowa.
Hadn't even
I don't know. I'm
considered
just
that.
throwing that out there.
Hadn't even
It's a
considered that.
possibility.
Really?
Boston Kana.
I mean, my brain is in a literal knot right now because you didn't show any signs. You know, I watched you to make sure.
Okay.
You
That's
know,
your first mistake.
I'm
Don't-
gonna go
don't look at
ahead.
him.
I'm gonna go ahead and say fact,
Okay.
but only because Larry Kutcher is a great name.
It is a great name.
It's a great name, Larry Kutcher. Wow.
Okay, Foxy.
I got fiction.
Fiction.
Yep.
Tito.
also fiction.
Also fiction. Predominantly the popular vote was fiction. This piece of movie trivia is indeed fiction. He was Larry Kutcher was his dad, but he was a General Mills worker. Like long,
Cedar Rapids.
long family history
inside
of
info.
General Mills workers. Yeah, Ty kind of fucked that up a little bit for me. I didn't know he was from Iowa. I didn't do enough research.
That just felt like one more talk. I made it all up. that's just all.
Larry Kutcher. What do you mean?
And I was thinking in my head, I was like, I got to pick somebody tall. Because Michael Myers is tall. Because at first I started with a couple other people, and I'm like, oh, no, they're too short. You would never believe their dad's that tall. That's how much thought I put in it, Nick. All right, we have the best listeners in the podcast universe. They want answers. They have questions. Zito, hit it.
Riddle me this.
I like that we have a spooky theme for all of October.
I know.
Remember, there are
Halloween's
no
coming
stupid
up. I'm
questions,
excited.
just stupid people.
Still trying to think of what I'm going to be.
I got my question in the mail.
Let's talk about that real quick. You guys want to talk about some ideas that you have?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go around the room. What are you thinking about dressing up as for the cool Halloween party you have scheduled this year?
My original thought, because it's going to play very well around October 30th, because the movie's coming out in November, was I was going to be Freddie Mercury this year. But the yellow leather jacket that he wears on stage, if you want to go replica, like pretty good quality, it's like $200. So I didn't go with that. And I also didn't want to shave my beard into a mustache because that's just a disastrous look for me. So I decided to go with the James Bond character when he's dressed in the Dia de los Muertos in the beginning of which one was that with Daniel Craig?
I think that was Spectre.
Spectre,
Yeah,
the beginning of
Spectre,
Spectre, Daniel Craig's James Bond Dia de los Muertos costume.
Nice.
It's like a full suit, but it has like the bones painted on the outside. Pretty excited about that one.
I think that's a good one for you.
Raldsy?
I haven't really decided. I'm tossing around a few ideas. One leading the charge right now is a loudmouth dickhead from the upper northeast of the United States.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea.
yeah. Probably have everyone over to my house and call it like some shitty name, like the bar. Guys want to come over to my Halloween party at the bar, watch the Sox.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to that party then. I found mine.
I like it. Zito, what are you thinking?
I
You
know
always
what-
have good
I
ones.
know what Zito's.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna redo Juan Snow, but I think it's overplayed because obviously I own
Juan
these
Snow
swords.
was a classic.
Juan Snow is one of
Everyone
the
loves
best
it.
characters
Yeah, I love Juan
ever.
Snow.
But I might be Cal Zito. He's Khal Drogo in the Game of Thrones series.
I'm a big fan of this.
Yes.
I
So
have
you're
his
gonna be
sword already.
shirtless.
I'm gonna be shirtless, put some tattoos, tribal tattoos.
I think
Yes.
we should do this
I
for
like that a
sure.
lot.
so. Cal Zito might make an appearance this
I
year.
like that a
You're not
lot.
gonna be Coach Diggs anymore.
That was another one too. Coach Diggs was another one, but I've just found out Coach Diggs is gonna be here, so I might have two.
He is gonna be here.
Okay, I like that. Evan Foxy. What?
Yeah, I have a pretty simple one. I think I'm gonna get the white button-up shirt, a red bow tie, cowboy hat, cowboy boots,
Yep.
and be Mason
Do
Ramos.
it.
Yep. Very simple,
good.
and
You wanna be
it's a hitter.
famous?
Something.
Our group Halloween picture is gonna be fire.
Oh, dude, that's a good one. I like that. Ty, what are you thinking?
First of all, I just want to go on the record and say that loudmouth dickhead is a great diss. I really like that.
That's what my mom usually calls me. Actually.
But I'm initially I was all set on going as Gordon Bombay, and then I was just figuring out which iteration. I was looking at his minor league hockey uniform. I can't find the pants or the pads or anything.
Ooh.
I did find the Bombay jacket when he's the coach at District 5.
We have the goalie pants here.
Well, I was kind of thinking that
Yeah.
too. But then Nick also suggested, we were watching Iron Man the other night, and I can kind of do the Tony Stark facial hair. That's a pretty easy
See,
costume,
I
so
wanted
I might do that.
because Ty does have the good mustache. I wanted him to do Freddie Mercury.
Can I throw? Oh, you would be a great Freddie Mercury, but can I throw another possibility at you? John Wick. You like I'm looking at you right
John
now
Wick.
in the facial area.
Just a
You
suit.
look like John Wick. If you had the little bit longer hair and put on that suit,
I would like to do a Keanu impression all night too.
because
So that's
you can do it great.
yeah.
not a bad, that's not
I
a
want
bad
like
idea.
you carry around like his little dead dog.
That's a possible hit. That's a possible hit at the party.
Dude.
At that loudmouth dickhead.
You as John Wick.
Connor, what are you gonna be?
Bars open.
I'm gonna wear my Brady jersey probably.
Probably be Tom again. Yeah. No, I'm thinking about. I think I'm going to be the Man in Black from Westworld.
My buddy was there a couple years ago. It was an awesome costume.
A couple
Yeah.
years ago, it came out last year.
Westworld?
Yeah.
Westworld's been out for 2 years.
Last year was the first.
No, I lived in the apartment with Sean when it
Isn't
came
this
out.
this is our second?
I mean, I was in Pittsburgh for a Halloween party when I still lived in Pittsburgh.
Took a
and he
year
was-
off before the second season.
they took a year off.
I hate when they do that.
Oh, because the Thrones
Yep.
Westworld thing. Ah, fuck. Well,
Yep.
yeah, too late now. I guess I'm a fucking Man in Black.
No, you can still do it.
No, it still plays. This is
Yeah,
Because it's an
yeah.
awesome costume.
Great costume. I think I look great in black. My stomach doesn't show
Yeah,
as
exactly.
much.
That's
a lot of
That's why I'm
factors.
going with the black suit.
Here we go.
I'm leaning toward being Rick from Walking Dead.
As you should.
I think
Yeah.
it fits me.
Do it.
Carl. We gotta find Carl. Yeah. I gotta find the right wig. I assume a Rick wig's easy to find on the internet.
No. I liked your original idea that you were actually going to go to a salon and get extensions.
Oh yeah, I might do that. Get them tied in, sewn in. Yeah, that would be
I mean,
cool.
if you really wanted to do it,
I would wear them for a long time.
I mean, you could definitely pull off like the entire. Because I think Halloween falls on a Wednesday or this week or
yeah.
Wednesday this year. So I mean, I think you party the weekend before and after.
And now his beard's gotten more salt and peppery.
Yeah.
Like I think, yeah. And all I could do is wear like a dirty button-up shirt and old boots. Yeah.
Things are gonna be different now.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what everybody ends up choosing. We'll stay updated on it. We'll
Yeah,
update
yeah.
And if you all have ideas
Correct.
that
Send them in.
of
Send 'em
who
in.
we should be based on looks or because somebody does an impression or anything that fits our style the best, then go ahead and tag Heartland Radio at
Yeah.
Heartland Radio, and then use the hashtag and tag whoever you're posting about and hashtag
Heartland Halloween's
Heartland?
too long. Nah, Heartland Halloween's
yeah,
good.
Heartland
that
Halloween.
works.
Yeah, because mostly it's just going to be the picture.
On what each of us should be. Yeah.
I think I just changed mine.
What?
yeah?
To what?
I'm gonna be Sergeant Batista.
Oh yeah,
Good idea.
From Dexter.
like it
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I 1,000% think you should do that.
God, people are going to think you're the real person.
Yeah.
You look so
Hopefully they
much like
redo the
him.
show. They'll be like, oh yeah, let's just get Zito for that role.
What's his first name?
Angel.
Oh yeah.
We
He
need
was such a
we
good
need
character.
a young Angel. We're doing like a prequel. To, yeah, Dexter. Oh boy.
No, Zito looks like the 45-year-old. Zito is so spot on, looking like him. It's
my God.
ridiculous.
Everybody look up that character
Look at
and
this
you're going to
fucking
laugh.
picture.
Oh my
Z-
God, it's Zito.
It's unbelievable. Can you get that, Evan? Zoom it. Nope. Want me to blow it up?
They can throw it up on the.
Yeah. Bailey will throw
We
it
should
up.
post a picture on the account.
Oh yeah.
Diggs, you might need your hat too.
No.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm looking at the photos of Angel, and
No, he's definitely going to need a hat. It's, I promise you, it's not going to be mine. It's
Yeah, we'll post a picture. So if you're not following,
It's 100% real rabbit fur. Like it's
Yeah.
okay.
If you're not following,
Sorry, excuse me.
If
I
you're
thought
not
it was
following,
goose skin.
if you're not following at Heartland Radio on IG, make sure you do that because we're going to post a comparison picture.
I was
on
so
there.
drunk when I bought it. I honestly forget which animal they said, but I know it's an animal.
I think you said goose.
It's definitely not goose.
All right, we got to get into these listener questions.
I'm a college. This is a pretty easy question. I'm a college student, and recently my girlfriend wasn't able to go to a party with me because she was busy. She then proceeded to tell me I couldn't go either since she wasn't going to be there. Is that a deal breaker for you guys, or is that fair?
Tell her to fucking kick rocks.
This was an easy question. I figured we were all going to be on the same page, but I wanted to make sure that we addressed it to this human to make sure that he got out of this relationship as fast as possible.
yeah, this is a big red flag.
In
Here.
college,
Big
if your
control
girlfriend
issue.
can't go to a party and she's telling you that you're then not allowed to go to this party at that age already,
What do you
Yeah,
think your life's going to be like when you're 40?
yeah.
Also, have you considered that maybe because she can't go to the party, she's off inhaling some guy's pole somewhere?
Or that party that you're going to, whoever's there might be
correct?
the
She's
recipient.
she's fucking someone at that party,
Yes.
and she does not want to be caught there with
It's a very real possibility.
And she doesn't want that guy to come up to you at the party and be like, "Hey, I've been fucking porking your girlfriend."
Yeah.
Something
The only
to think
way
about.
this plays is if you don't really want to go to the party, and it's a good excuse.
But
I
in
can't
college, you
go.
pretty much want to go to all parties.
Yeah.
You don't really reach that.
Yeah, I
I don't
forgot
want
the
a party
college thing.
phase until
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go to the party.
Do
Say,
not
okay, sorry.
let
go to the
her
party,
control you.
find the guy that's fucking her, and then thank him and say, "She's your problem now."
Throw it
Hey,
at
my
her.
girlfriend didn't come. Actually, you want to go? You can go head back if you want. I think I'm going to stay here for a little.
I throw it back at her right now. If you really want to go to that party, be like, "Oh, you don't want to go to the party because you're fucking some dude that's going to be there." And then she's like, "No, it's ridiculous." All right, well, let's go to the party. Let's see who's there. See what's happening. See how she reacts to it.
Yeah, that's not crazy or insecure or anything.
Nah.
But good way to get information, though.
This
Great
is
way to
being
get information.
controlling psychopath.
I'm sorry.
All right, next question.
What is the crazy story you have from a night you've been puking? Who throws up the most from drinking out of the Heartland group?
I never throw up.
Yeah, never.
Like to a fault. I was so many times wish I could have thrown up, but I just can't.
It's like once every 5 years throw
Yeah.
up. But one time, it was my first time at visiting West Virginia. I was 18 years old, and we went to a little place called Club Z.
Ooh.
It was a great establishment.
Club Zito.
And my drink of choice at that time was SoCo. SoCo Lime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Southern
SoCo Lime and
Comfort.
Kamikazes are pretty much the standard. there.
Southern Comfort.
And it ended up being a disaster where I puked in the bathroom, and then I got thrown out of the club, obviously. And then we were sitting on the curb waiting for like the bus to come to take us back to the dorm rooms, and a cop saw my state and like came over to my friends to like ask if I was okay, and I puked on his shoes.
Oh, not a good move.
Luckily, the coolest cop in the world. I was told that all he said was if he, I'm not gonna do anything right now, but if he pukes on the bus back to the dorms, we're taking him to jail. But thank God, like, because I assume normally if you puke on a cop's shoes, like you're immediately going to drunk take in West
Yeah, I
Virginia.
would think so.
But that's probably the worst is puking.
Good thing you didn't have his Yeezys
Bad
on.
one.
I used to I never puke, but I used to when I was younger, sleepwalk and then piss in weird places.
Really?
Like when I was home, obviously the night before Thanksgiving, you go out and get fucking the most blacked out you could possibly can.
Oh, yeah.
And I was sleeping in my parents' basement, and we have this bin in my parents' basement where it's like all of our old blankets that we've had throughout the years, just in case people were sleeping over, you have them there. And I walked into there and I opened the bin lid and just pissed in the entire thing. Like I used to be a serial like closet pisser too, like wake up and piss.
Did you
in
ever make
closets.
yourself puke?
No.
Pull the trigger?
No.
I can't hardly even do that. And I used to be a big puker, like in high school, early college. Like I would puke every time. But now I don't know what happened.
I
Iron
puked
stomach.
a ton in high school, and then like when I got older, like my 30th birthday, Pat came to Pittsburgh and we went out, and it was shots all night.
Where were we?
Uh,
It was at
the Gold Mark.
Yeah.
in Lawrenceville.
Was that
and
that was when our buddy's his move is too. He did a shot and then his beer glass was probably like I don't know an eighth full. Big puke in his glass guy, and then like kind of like handed
Full of
the
bibs?
Yeah.
bartender like, hey, I don't know what to tell you. What can you deal with this?
But like if I had shit to do the next day or something, I would make myself throw up just so I
Yeah.
wasn't super hungover. But the worst I ever had was in college. I drank a fifth of Smirnoff vanilla vodka mixed with red Kool-Aid, and I woke up at 4 a.m. vomiting on myself all over my bed in my living room, just red everywhere, all over everything. I had to throw all the sheets out. It was disgusting.
There was a time in college. I wish one of my roommates still may have the video, but there's a video of me puking after a night of SoCo and Lime again. That was the last night I ever did it. But I'm puking in the toilet in the dorm room, and it's me going, I can't feel my eyeballs. Like I think my eyeballs are gone. And I need that video.
I'm not ashamed to admit that of this crew I've probably puked the most for sure.
Oh, yeah,
I've had some fucking good nights
when we were in Louisville, Ty disappeared, and we were like, where the fuck is Ty at? And literally, it was like half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And we were the only people at this bar because we were drinking. It was like noon, and we'd been playing beer pong all morning.
Yeah.
And we were betting shotguns. And
After
Ty
the
didn't
New
have a
Year's
good
Eve
morning.
show.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Oh, that too.
Boy.
Typically, my biggest problem is I'll take an Adderall.
Yes.
And that's okay. And then I'll keep drinking. And then at some point during the night, I'll put like 2 chaws in. And then I just start fucking spitting like crazy. I mean, I've had at least,
You're right.
4 or
You
5
probably are,
very good pukes. since
Different
I've lived
story
down
if
here.
you overdrink and also have Adderall in your system.
Yeah.
Because
Yep,
your
yep.
body will just keep going. We've
There's no
talked about it
shut-off.
before.
Yeah.
Your
Well,
brain.
and like on New Year's Eve, like I could have, but then that fucking magician came on stage and was just like dumping vodka into people's
Yes.
mouths, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it.
I will say though, honorable like employee here, Drew Brown. He would puke on
yeah,
demand.
he was turned in
boy.
the summer. Yeah.
He was an intern here.
He would throw up like early.
Yeah.
And he had that projectile vomit. Like it looked fake, like in movies where they put a hose and they only show you from the side and it shoots out. Like he would puke like that. It was incredible.
I threw up in high school, actually. Mom, Dad, this is a party story. So this is my only party I ever got to throw. Had 20 people over, so it was fucking bananas. We were sophomores in high school.
20 people.
So 20 people, sophomore in high school, yeah. Probably the coolest thing I've ever done. And, night went on. The beers were flowing. Probably had 8. I don't know. Who knows? It was a crazy night for a sophomore year. I was 16. Come on, give me a break. And there was Jack Daniels, 12 o'clock. Figured might as well wash it down. A little Jack Daniels. The beer before liquor thing I do believe in because of this.
Never been sicker.
Yeah, never been sicker. Never been sicker. And I threw up out back my patio, and I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not going to throw up ever again. I'm done with the throwing up. And then after that, I was kind of good. I went through college clean. For now, I'm clean.
Is it weird that to this day, whenever I start the night off with a beer, I always say in my head, beer before liquor, never been sicker. Every single time.
Yeah.
No, you literally have to remind yourself.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Zito, this was my favorite Drew Brown experience. And I love that kid. When he was here, he was a lot of fun. He shot this little thing. What's that show he was working on?
Oh, it was the tailgate thing.
So he would create tailgates at events that normally wouldn't have tailgates. So the one, we went to my hometown, Shelbyville, Indiana, to the VFW, or to the American Legion, and they were having bingo.
It was an old people bingo?
Yes,
Yeah.
old people bingo, like middle of the day. And we shot some stuff early where he shotgunned, I think, maybe 2 beers. Did some shooting before people start showing up. So then these old ladies just start showing up, and as they're starting to walk in, he is in the parking lot just throwing up. After only shotgunning 2 beers. That was hilarious.
He's banned from that place, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you guys puke the morning after?
No.
I've never done it in my
that
life.
once.
I've only done it night of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Depends how hungry I am. I'll wake up, and if my stomach's really empty, then there's a chance I'm going to the
I've never
going
once
to the
done the
bathroom.
morning after.
No, I can't. I'm always starving.
What I-
That's my
yeah.
best thing. Is as soon as I get up, just power right in my car and go get some food.
My move is to go into the shower, lay on the ground in the shower, and then just curl up in a ball and then dry heave. But I never throw up.
Yeah. A lot of dry heaves.
You know what's great is when probably the best sensation ever in my life, at least, is when I'm hungover. I get up, I go get some food, and then I come back home and I take that nap.
It's the best.
It's money.
My move when I was in Pittsburgh was to wake up, drive down to a Bruegger's Bagels.
Bruegger's.
Get 2 everything bagels with sausage, egg, and cheese. Fucking pound those out. And then that hungover after eating breakfast nap sleep is the greatest sleep of all time. It might be the number 1 sleep.
I hope that's what death is like. I hope it feels just like that when you go out. All right, next question.
Hey guys, last question as well.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, quick question, and please keep anonymous. My girlfriend has come to me and told me she is bisexual, and she is not into threesomes. So my question is, what the fuck does this do for me? Do I have to worry about her leaving me for another chick? Any advice would be grateful. Thanks.
Gotta tell her to pick a team. He can't be on both sides here, especially if she's not. I mean, I think the possibility that she leaves him for a girl is 1,000%
Probably best case scenario.
happening. It's happening.
It's totally happening.
I'd probably be honest with you, hey, if you're bisexual and you're not into threesomes with me and someone else, I think you're probably going to be happier on the other team.
Yes.
So you should probably just make that adjustment now.
Especially if she figured out she was bisexual with him. Then it's
Yeah,
like,
'cause
Girls who are bisexual that date guys are weird. I feel like if you're a bisexual woman, you should date girls because I think you're just going to get along better, and then just have sex with guys because you're going to need that dick pleasure. Or maybe buy yourself a nice vibrator or something like that.
A little meat injection. Yeah.
I dated a girl that was bisexual for a while, and it was the weird, she was kind of in a relationship with me, and then she came out of a relationship with a girl that was a long-term, a year-long relationship, and then into a relationship with me, and there was just always something was not right.
That's tough for you because you're never going to be able to pleasure her like the girl did.
Yeah, I'm going to compete with that? No way. I'm not going to be as good at stuff.
Yeah,
as
because
she is.
correct. They know what parts they're dealing with. You're just down there guessing.
Also, but before you break it off, she says she's not into threesomes, but I think you take one last shot and be like, listen, you never know until you try.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then if that doesn't work, all right.
I find it highly weird as well that a bisexual woman is not into threesomes.
Right.
I feel like
That's
if I was a
strange. There's
bisexual dude, I'd
something
be into
off.
threesomes. I find that very weird. Congrats to you for turning her into a lesbian, by the way, too.
That's
Because she
always
was
a
for
blow.
sure straight before you.
All right, let's get out of here on. Let's go around the room and find out what you guys chose for your vitamin thought.
Oh, that's new intro.
Ooh, quick one.
Oh, it's not.
Is this recorded at the pub?
It's a little mix you put together. I think maybe those parts need to go a little quicker together, but I like this.
It's a work in progress.
I like this last part.
You're getting there. You're getting there. You're almost there.
Definitely leads in with that last one because that's a good.
Yes, that's a great song.
I just
Good
like
choice.
this one.
Yeah, we've heard the song.
I like it a lot. All right, Diggs, what's your vitamin thought?
So my original vitamin thought was most of my vitamin thoughts come in the shower too. Like I'm a good shower thinker.
Yeah.
And for some reason, when I was in the shower, I started reciting Little Miss Muffet, sat on our tuffet. And I was like, some fucking asshole back in the day was like, what is that? And they were like, that's a tuffet. He was like, what the fuck is a tuffet? And then he was like, you know what? I got to run with, if that thing's called a tuffet, I'm going to write an entire little nursery rhyme about it. And then I did the research. The guy's last name was fucking Muffet, and he was talking about his daughter, and it was Little Miss Muffet sitting on her fucking tuffet. My whole mind was blown. I just wanted to share that. That's a day in the life of me.
It's a great question.
Just quick shower.
It's a great question. Is tuffet a real thing?
It is. I googled it. It's basically like a little round stool, like no legs, but kind of like girls like maybe sit on and do their makeup on.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Like kind of like a.
Was it though,
kinda
or did he coin the term,
Tuffet?
or was it a
I
thing
don't know.
before that?
It was
Just to
from.
rhyme
It was
with
That
from-
would be interesting to know.
Apparently, it was from 1609.
Because like if his name was Muffet and he just wanted to make something that rhymed and made up this word, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it's totally a thing.
Nobody
Girls
was-
sit on it. Yeah.
Nobody was going to buy a Little Miss Muffet set on a mushroom, right?
Well, I mean,
So he renamed it Tuffet.
Maybe, but either way, it's an interesting.
It's
case.
a great thought. to get
Dr.
into.
Thomas Muffet.
Vitamins.
It was in 1604.
Wow,
he
that's
was
a
an
long time
English
ago.
physician, so he actually probably could have came up with the term Tuffet.
Yeah.
I mean, his name's Thomas Muffet. He just took his T and put
And everybody's
it where
just
the M
gonna
is.
everybody's gonna jump on board. They're like, oh, if Dr. Muffet says it's
Yeah.
a Tuffet, it's a Tuffet.
well, it's like a good rap song.
He's the only
nowadays.
one here he's the only one alive that's gone to school.
Doctors in the 1600s, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they basically ran the town, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you guys
From my
keep
experience.
doing your vitamin thoughts. I'm going to dig a little deeper and see if this Dr.
Please
Tuffet,
do. We're interested. We want to know.
Dr. Muffet did invent the Tuffet.
Keep us updated.
Was Humpty Dumpty involved with this?
No. Don't fucking.
Jack and
just
Jill.
Hey, both of you, stop.
Easy. Nick, what's your vitamin thought?
What incentivizes babies to walk? And I would love to know if there was ever a baby who just decided to give up and not really go through with it.
I'd like to shake that baby's hand.
Yeah, I'm just going to crawl until I can talk. Fuck that. I'm not,
This
why would I
seems
try
like a
walking?
lot of work. I'm kind of sick of it already. I'm just gonna chill.
I think I need to grow a little more. I think that's part of the baby thing.
Legs aren't quite there yet.
I respect
That would
that.
be like you see a guy in his 30s in a wheelchair, and you didn't know he just
What
he's too
disease do
lazy
you
to
have,
ever
man?
walk.
Like, hey man, what disease do you have? No, I never learned to walk.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a lot of work.
Yeah, I just never wanted to do
You,
it. It
sir,
seemed
are
easier
my
to do
hero.
that. I like it. Zito.
Someone actually sent this one in to me, but it was, do you think twins ever realized one of them was a mistake?
Oh,
Yeah. That's a big one on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, it like fucks
I've
me.
seen that a
Huge
lot. But
surprise.
yeah, whoever first came up with that, that's a true fucking vitamin thought. Like that's,
one of the twins
yeah.
was a mistake.
That's where the
No
minutes
one plans
matter.
for twins.
When twins get born, that's where those few minutes, whoever came
Yeah,
out
yeah.
first, they have that over the other person's head. Like, hey, you were a mistake.
Yeah.
I came out first. You were that second one. They're like, wait, what the fuck is that?
What is this?
Why is there two?
I like that one. Foxy.
Yeah, last night I was watching the baseball game,
Uh-huh.
and I got to like 5 innings. Then I went upstairs and went to bed. We need to millennialize baseball.
Nope.
All right? Need a shot clock.
Nope.
Those freaking pitchers, dude, it takes so long for them to get a pitch off. Need a shot clock. 20, 30 seconds. Keep it moving.
Nope.
7 innings. Let's take the closer out. 7 innings. Let
I'm
the
with you,
best
Foxy.
pitcher pitch the entire game. And last but not least, I think you guys can get on board with this. Let the guys juice. Let them juice and
I
let's
agree
see
with
some
that.
monster
Yeah,
home
yeah,
runs.
that
agree
way,
with
yeah.
Love it all.
Let 'em
My
juice.
attention span, as you guys know, is very, very, very short.
It's
So
weird to me
it's
because
tough.
Just don't watch.
I like to go live, and I enjoy because I'm one of the people that watches. I think the minor details. I like to watch guys warm up if I can see that. Like I love Wrigley. They're right there on the field in front of you, warming up or whatever. I love that kind of shit. But yeah, TV. It's the long. But a good thing is we have a lot of channels now. You can come in and out.
Dr. Muffet did not come up with Tuffet.
All right.
The
Quick
word
follow-up.
the word Tuffet was originated in 1553, and Dr. Muffet was 1604. And people, as we know, did not live to be that old.
Right,
so it was
right,
definitely
right.
before his
So
time.
he's a hack fraud.
Yeah, he's a hack fraud.
Yeah. All right. We got to the bottom of that. All right, Boston Connor.
I had this thought last night while I was laying in bed, and I mean, it might have to do with Maniac because Maniac's been driving me crazy, like I said. But I really hope I don't die in my sleep because whoever comes and discovers me is going to have to put clothes on me.
Yeah.
And it would be tough for them to. I mean, I don't want to be a butt naked dead
It's
guy.
Part
you
of
know?
the reason why I don't sleep naked is for that reason.
Yes.
solely.
It was the first time I was like, wow, maybe I should not sleep naked anymore.
I always sleep with shorts on or boxers because I really just don't want people to walk in and I'm in some weird position and they have to look straight down Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Somebody
the
breaks
thing
into
is,
your
I
house?
pictured Fox walking into my room like, oh, Jesus Christ, he's dead.
I'll probably just leave it there.
I gotta do something about. I could see you more rolling me up in my comforter
Yeah.
before actually putting my clothes on.
One of my worst fears is dying naked.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my
bad
worst
luck.
fear. I thought the more I think about it, though, I'm definitely gonna die doing something.
Because you know you're dead.
driving a car.
You know your dead penis is gonna be shriveled up and look terrible, and whoever finds you be like, oh man, that guy had a rough life.
Does the blood just rush down when you die? So you'd be good, right?
Toward the ground.
So you just gotta die face down.
Yeah. You got to die face down. Yeah. And maybe you get some extra swelling.
Zito, can you mute his mic?
Which one?
Yours.
Got it.
I'm kidding.
All right, Ty Schmidt, what's your vitamin thought?
Zito, I'm kidding.
I
Zito,
was
I'm kidding.
just
I'm sorry.
curious if the guy who carries the nuclear football, like if he has to worry about other FBI agents like fucking with ball security all day.
Good fumble.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I don't see how they couldn't.
I'd be
You
doing it all
gotta
the
pull
time.
that move.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, so when I'm enjoying the vitamins, I like to go. My favorite thing to do is go outside and just watch shit. And so this is what happened when I came up with this one. I don't know what's going on with squirrels. Like they're cute as hell, but they're a tough watch. You know what I mean? Because they only have two speeds. It's like lightning fast and freeze. Like they only have those two speeds. So it's so frustrating. Like imagine if you're on Netflix and there's a movie you've been dying to watch, but the only two buttons on your remote that work are 4 arrows to the right and pause. You're gonna hate that fucking movie. I don't get it.
That's a speed reader movie. You got
That's
to
why
put
they
the
don't put 'em in
subtitles on.
zoos.
It's strictly a survival technique.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's all they got. That's why they don't put them in zoos. They just suck. Whatever.
I don't think you can trap a squirrel too.
Oh no, you could trap a
Yeah,
squirrel.
I've done it before.
Yeah. Really? I mean,
They're pretty dumb.
you ever played
actually.
Oregon Trail?
No, not trap a squirrel. Contain a squirrel, rather. Like hold it in an area for an extended
You've never
period
seen
of
one
time.
fucking jet skiing?
In college, I had a squirrel that would come to our window every morning. We put out peanut butter, and he'd just chill there and eat peanut butter with us.
There's also a
Yeah,
jet
that's
skiing.
just- he's
a jet
taking his
skiing
hand
squirrel.
Todd had one he would feed every day, too.
Yeah.
I got a big one.
But they
in my
eat
bag.
like a
zoo?
meth. They eat like a meth addict. You know what I mean? They're like fucking slow
He
down.
got into our kitchen one time. It's very easy to trap a squirrel.
I guess. I think they're just.
They are dumb.
I think they're just doing what they want. Speaking
At
of
all
which,
times.
the Rick and Morty episode. Anybody?
Which one?
Where all the squirrels
Oh,
are
yeah.
like agents around the world. I also think that's a possibility.
I agree. All right, this has been a fun episode. Thanks for listening, everybody. Remember to pick a Halloween costume for each member of the crew. What you think's best?
Hashtag Heartland Halloween.
Hashtag Heartland Halloween. You're going to put that tag at Heartland Radio. And also continue to send listener questions. You guys are doing a great job with that. You have any more instructions for them further? in there?
Pre-order
Nope.
the documentary.
October 7th.
Pre-order the documentary.
October 7th, PatMcAfeeShow.com. No, when you're sending in questions, it either goes to Heartland Radio Instagram or Heartland Radio on Twitter.
Yes, I appreciate that I get them privately.
We
I
are
might
very bad
bet-
at checking
Yeah.
our DMs.
I'm-
Our personal DMs, we are fucking terrible
Yes,
at.
I'm likely not going to pass that on in time. So do that. Diggs looks at them right where we told you to go. Send them there. Pre-order Pat McAfee, professional basketball player,
Baseball.
baseball player on October 7th.
October 7th.
It's released October 10th.
Best raffle of all time.
Ever.
Yep. All you got to do is go to patmcshow.com. It's going to be the most easy thing in the world. Pay attention, too, for follow-up
Correct.
conversation up until that date because you know, Pat, things could get sweeter.
Most likely
raffle.
will. Most
Most likely will.
Sweeten the pot.
Yeah. Also,
Sorry that make that pot any sweeter.
October 20th, I'll be in Marion, Indiana doing comedy.
Okay,
with my
Todd's
buddy
back.
Jeff Oskey. November 2nd through the 3rd in Indianapolis, Indiana. And November 10th in Jasper, Indiana. Go to toddcomedy.com if you're interested in buying tickets to any of those shows. That's where the
Who's opening for you now?
information's
Zito.
at. Jeff Oskey.
Oh,
from
Zito,
the
you
Bob
should
and
open
Tom
for
Show.
Todd.
Don't worry about it. All right, we're going to get out of here on our favorite song from our man, Russell Brand.